All right. Back with another podcast. My man, Jimmie Wallace is in the building with us. Jim, how you doing, bro?
I'm good, my brother. I'm good, King. How
Yes, sir.
you?
Oh man, I'm blessed, man. Beautiful day, beautiful way to start the day. I did some meditation. I went to the
hmm
lake and sat out there and had some thoughts about my mom's and reflected on
hmm
a few things and the appreciation I have for my not just my mother, but for my sisters, my aunts, and just women in general. Salute
hmm
to all the women as we celebrate this Mother's Day and just celebrate women in general.
Man, I agree. I agree. It's a great day to go be out on that lake as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I know there's a basketball game coming on. I'm a basketball lover, so I don't know if if it's the Timberwolves, I'm gonna stay in and watch it. But if it's not, I'll probably go back out there to the lake,
Oh yeah,
and sit out there again. Yeah.
the Knicks ain't playing.
I'm not even sure, man. I can check. Hold on, let me
Okay.
check right now. I like what the Knicks are doing. I will say that I like
Right.
what the Knicks are doing. I just hate that they're scrapping so hard without a full squad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Almost burning themselves out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they play at in a couple of hours. Actually, in like
Yeah,
30
might
minutes.
have to catch that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I might have to watch that one too. Um, yeah, I like that young boy Jalen Brunson. You know what I mean? I didn't know that he was gonna come out balling like that, but that boy is
hmm
talented, man. I like what
Yeah, he's
Brunson is
he's a
doing.
he's a dog.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Quiet though.
And the best part is, you ever pay attention, like when he's out on the court and he's concerned about a call or he don't like the way something going. Yeah,
hmm
pay attention. You will see his dad walk across him like, man, we don't give a fuck about that. Play ball.
hmm
Pay
hmm
attention. His father tell him, we don't care about
still
that.
got
Play
that
ball.
still got that powerful male figure in his
Mm-hmm.
life and also understanding that no matter how old I get or where I'm at, successful I get, I never forget this man. I wouldn't be here if he hadn't led me in this direction and stayed on me and pushed me, you know what I
Yes,
mean?
sir.
So he's
Yes,
going to
sir.
be always his father in his eyesight and always going to be his son in his, with respect, but hey.
Salute to Rick Brunson for being a former basketball player, played in the NBA, played for the Chicago Bulls. His son was
mm,
raised up in the suburbs and everything here. um, and just being a force in his son's life. Because I see the way he be at those games and the way he get on his
mhm,
son. Yo, man, we don't care about that call. Play ball, man. Don't argue
mhm,
with the refs. Play ball. And
mhm.
he get on about his business, man. And you can tell that um, his game is just developed in such a way that you're really happy to see him play and get his because Dallas had the chance to sign that brother and keep him there,
Mhm.
and they didn't think he
Mhm.
was worth it. And now you seeing him show his full worth over here with the New York Knicks. Oh, over there with the New York Knicks. So
New York Knicks, yeah.
yeah,
But even if you watch that video, it's like a little clip that comes across the internet, and it shows Jalen Brunson as a child, and shooting and his practicing, and his father right there, with him and telling him, pushing him to the point where looked like Shorty wanted to cry a few times, right? And it's like damn, you feel for him, but he kept going because sometimes your parents are those that love you know there's more in you than you even do, and they pushed and he pushed them. And when you look at it in retrospect back then, it looks like, damn, like it's borderline abusive almost, because like no one knows how much more this kid got in him to keep going to get it right. And he's doing it. And full circle now, he comes to now, look where he's at. Look
yep.
what he's doing. And all that's by way of how his father was pushing him. If he'd
Because
have made it
who
easy
knows you
for him to
better
let
than
up,
pops? Who knows you better than
yeah.
pops?
If he'd have let up on him or made it easy for him a long time ago, that man probably wouldn't even be where he at right now.
Yep.
And look at the difference between watching him and watching John Morant's dad in
Oh,
terms of
good example. Good
on
example.
that court, in the support of your child and the decisions that's going to continue as a player now, a professional player and a man to evolve him.
That's a
Look
good
at the
example.
decision,
I like that.
you know. So shout out to the Knicks though, man. I like that whole Villanova tandem. I love those three kids. That Josh is at heart, and Italian boy, whatever it is.
DiVincenzo,
Yeah,
DiVincenzo.
them boys nice, and I love it. I love that for New York. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, I'm not the biggest Knicks fan. I've been silent. I just love their colorway. That's always been my favorite colorway for some reason. That orange, blue, and white.
Yeah, that's always been a
So
slick combination, man. And it
it
stands
is.
out. It pops.
It is.
That color combination pops, you know.
I got it on today, brother.
Oh, there they go. Ooh, is that the Bo Jacksons?
The '90s Bo Jacksons, baby.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I used to have those joints.
Did you?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
this is probably my second favorite shoe of is it my second or my third? But it's top. It's my either my second or my third. It's probably my third. It's my third favorite shoe of all time.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Only
Bo
behind
Jackson.
the Air
Bo Jackson was a
huh?
freak, man. He was when I say a freak, I'm talking about a freak of nature when it comes to
Of
like being
nature.
athletic and in sports, man.
Mm-hmm.
He was a freak of nature, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah, he was.
they said Bo Jackson ran like a 4.1 in the 40-yard dash, man.
Yeah, he was different. Yeah, guys like him and the Deion Sanders,
Mm-hmm.
and it's another one too up in there somewhere. But yeah, them guys was just crazy. So
Very
I think
special when they were out there.
LeBron could have been that, had he focused on football as much as he did basketball as well.
Very true. Very true. Very
Yeah.
true. He had
But
LeBron looked like he had one of those bodies that could have just adapted to whatever the sport was
anything,
between
right?
between football and basketball. It looked like he could have just all right, I'm gonna go out here be wide receiver, a tight end, and then I'm about to go out here and drop 30 points as a small forward in the
On the
league.
real.
Yeah,
On the real. It could have been swimming.
yeah,
He got it.
yeah. Can you
Yep.
imagine LeBron James swimming?
I could, man. And
That'd have
I
been
could see him being
crazy.
the Michael Phelps level.
That would have
I,
been nuts.
I could see it.
Yeah,
I could see it.
yeah.
But what's been good though, brother? Let's get to it.
And life is good, man. Life is good. Just trying to get more podcasts done.
Mm-hmm.
Looking for
How's
more.
that been for you?
It's starting to pick up. So what happens along the way for me is that it's the managing of my time and getting to the guests because some of them are
Mm-hmm.
sending me their information or their emails and I'm
Mm-hmm.
going back and forth in correspondence. But then
Mm-hmm.
there are those who want to be paid for their service and
Mm.
yeah, so
Part of the game.
yeah, it's part of it, and you take it on the chin and you keep on
Mm-hmm.
going. So you have those
Mm-hmm.
that want to be paid. Then you have those who don't respond in a proper time, and sometimes it's me myself. I don't respond within a
Right.
certain amount of times.
Efficiency.
Yeah, because
Mm-hmm.
hey, I work. I get up, I go to work, and it's just not this. It's just not the podcast. Would I like it for it to
Right.
just be this? Sure,
Right.
that would change a lot of
That'll
things
be
for me.
that'll be ideal, wouldn't
Oh
it?
man, if that was the case, Jim, I would be doing my podcast live sometime out your shop. You know what I mean?
Man, you're more than welcome. when that I like this. I like this format. It's convenient, the remote or whatever format. It's convenient. I also love uh the live interviews, you know what I mean? Which I do most of them on my end.
Mm-hmm.
I thought about doing this a few times, and I think I will at some point. Because it allows you to connect with people all over the world. And it also allows you, if sometimes a person can't make it physically, even
Mm-hmm.
if they're in the same city, but to hop on this and just get it done, it's still content at the end of the day. And still people's gonna see it the same way if they were seeing me and you sit next to each other. You
Yep.
know what I mean?
Yep.
So I know I love it. I love it. What is your so those are some of the challenges you face, but what are some of the highs you got out of it?
The highs
It's
are being able to meet and talk to people from different walks of lives who have very good stories. They're surviving some of the things that they survived to being able to open up businesses or
Mhm.
leaving America to go start a farm in Africa or open up a real estate firm in
Mhm.
Africa. Like hearing those stories, some of those don't air because some people don't they don't want me to air them, or some people I didn't finish them. So they may have
Mm-hmm.
had to hop off. Like there's one woman, I think it's the woman who she has like she's trying to start a hospital over there, and we didn't finish that interview because she had to get off because there was something
Mm-hmm.
going on in the background that she had to take care of. But
Right.
hearing those stories, man, are just always a blessing to be able to hear other people's stories, and it enriches my soul, and it lets me know that I am doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
So it sounds like my next question to you was going to be like, with balancing the highs and the lows, it seemed like the lows haven't been so much so that it has deterred you from stop doing it.
No, not at all. I just so from January to now, I just wanted to take a break because it takes so much to do this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I, I,
Mm-hmm.
I I spend so much doing it because I don't have time. Like I'm at work, so
Mm-hmm.
once I get home, I'm right to my phone, I'm right to the my laptop, and I'm chopping up video, I'm chopping up audio, and I'm getting a podcast together and everything. It's a thing that I love to do. Would I like to
Mm-hmm.
delegate that work to somebody else while I just go do the podcast
Yeah.
themselves? Absolutely, I would love to do that, but
Yeah.
it,
You're only
not,
one person.
I'm only one person until I get to that point where I have a staff or someone who can come in and do some of those things for me. This is the way it's going to be until I get it under wraps and going like that. But I'm not. I don't think I'm gonna. I don't feel. I don't think I'll stop. I like doing this, and I like hearing different people's stories. Man, it's a
I,
wonderful thing to see.
I hope you don't stop. I encourage you not to stop because you're great at it. Like I say all the time, a good interviewer is only as good as the interviewer. And a good interviewer is only as good as they are willing to listen. You know what I mean? Um, so it's you got a good thing, and it is a tug of pull and tug, tug of war here and there mentally and time management wise and all that. But man, listen, it costs nothing to hop on this phone or this Zoom, whatever way you want to go about it. It
Yeah.
costs nothing to do it. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So if it costs us nothing, we didn't got pretty much the biggest problem out the way.
Yeah.
Because money is the thing that most often stop people from doing something.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
and I'll say this too, without going into too much detail. There
mhm,
are those who want to be on my podcast, but they want my podcast to be more entertaining. So they want me to shuck and jive and do the Sambo routine, and
I get it.
those are the podcasts that I stay away from. I
I get it.
I would like to liven it up and have it be more fun and things like that, but
Hmm.
maybe if
Hmm.
I did more live episodes where I was doing it live, it was me and you and we were talking and joking and shooting the shit that way.
Yeah.
Maybe that would come off a little bit more exciting and
Yeah.
it would gather and garner the type of attention. But I'm not the
Hmm.
person that's gonna sit up in here and do all
It's
that shit.
not your personality.
Mm-mm. Jim, you've
You
been
know what I
around me,
mean?
man. I'm a smooth cat, man. Like I don't be out here. I'm not doing that.
I Arsenio Hall and this shit.
Yeah, no, that ain't me. And Arsenio Hall was dope at what he did because we
He
was all at
was.
home
That was his
going, "Roo,
personality though.
yeah, that's him. That ain't
You know
me.
what I mean?
When you around
Right.
me, then I'll
Hmm.
show you that type of thing where, oh man, I love this, I love that. You will hear me
Hmm.
if you ever go to a bar or see me at a game, you will hear me rooting for the team and everything. Even when I'm at
Right.
home, I be
Right.
yelling at the TV. But when I'm
Right.
out, yeah, nah, that ain't the thing. No.
He said, I'm not gonna be out here putting on period.
Mm-mm.
Nah,
Mm-mm.
but I get it. Everything is not for everybody. So for somebody to say, or feel, man, I need to be more spruced up or exciting, and I get it from their perspective. I totally get it because that's what they like and that's what they're accustomed to. That's what they used to.
Correct.
Me, I take it all, man. Like I can do. I don't want to. I can't. Here's my thing, right? I don't like when it's overly um bubbly and antics and playing and stuff. Like, $1 million worth of game.
Mm-hmm.
Good podcast had the potential to be um so much greater. You know what I mean? and not taking nothing away from where they are now. They've done an excellent job to getting where they at, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But sometimes, bro, when you get some of these influential guests on here, I really want to hear. I really want to get an idea of them personally, of what they've been through, or what their story is. I don't want you joking every other second, cutting
Yes.
somebody off and
Yes.
laughing and feel like it's the need to crack a joke. To me, at that point, it lets me know personally yourself as the individual have a thing where you need to be in power all the time. You need to constantly shift the energy back to you to make you the focal point of let me crack a joke and make somebody. I don't want to now. I
Because you're
feel like you
not
didn't waste
comfortable
my
what's
time.
being said. Yeah.
You didn't wasted my time at that point. Like
Mhm.
I can't even watch this no more. But a million other people may tune in because they with the antics. I'm
Yeah.
not with it.
Yeah.
I'm a
And
conversationalist.
they'll have conversations that are going oh so well, and then all of a sudden it'll be all the joking and the banter. And it's like, fam, why would you interrupt that person that was talking about something very specific and
Hmm.
challenging, or something that raised the bar for them, and then you jump
Yeah.
in with jokes? Like, why would you do that?
Why would you do that? You don't know cutting that person off and interrupting them to slide a joke in that was so unnecessary. You don't know what you really just cut off. That it may be somebody on that other end of that phone, of that screen that really needed to hear or see where that person was going. You stopped it.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, it makes me question what's the what's the purpose of your show? What's the purpose of it? Because if it's $1 million worth of game, I'm not getting none.
Right. You gotta let these people talk. That's why they on there. And Jim, I don't know. I'm sure you pay attention to it. When I have my guests on there, full on. Go ahead, talk. Get it
You
out.
do, and that's why I like it.
Get it out.
That's
Whether
why.
whether I'm in person with you or whether I do it from my laptop, I need you to tell your side of the story. I need to hear people. I need people to hear how you got to where you are, because there's
Hmm.
someone listening that may get the game that others may not get, because they'll never get a chance
Hmm.
to see you in real life.
Hmm. 100%.
And while they're listening,
100%.
whether it's 20 people listening, whether it's 300 people listening, someone out of that 20 or that 300 is going to hear what they needed to hear to get them to where they need to be.
100%.
And me
And you
interrupting them ain't going to help.
not at all. And you that's why I say I encourage you to keep doing it because your style, I like your style. It's I respect your style. Your style is not like you said, shucking and jiving,
Mm-mm.
a jokingly style. It's none of that. It's real conversation. You know what I mean? I'm a conversationalist. I like to just meet in other minds. I love backstories. I love hearing how this person became who they are that's sitting in front of me now. You know what I mean? And you provide the platform for that. You know what I mean? So it's just like, yeah, you're gonna have people that feel, oh, it's dull, it's this and that.
All right, cool.
Listen,
Don't listen. It ain't for you.
it ain't for you.
Everything ain't for everybody, pimp.
It ain't
And
it
I'm
ain't
not
for
bothered
you.
by it. I'm not bothered by it. When
You know
people
what
are,
I
man, I
mean?
can't listen. You guys be talking, that be boring. Y'all don't crack no jokes. It's not for you to be listening. Then that's all it is. Push
First
on.
of all, let's be clear. It's not entertainment.
I'm not here to entertain you. Listen,
You
when
know
I
what I mean?
salute to the Mr. Bailey, the CEO of Exceeder. I worked on getting that interview, and to have him
Hmm.
sit there, and for me, Jim, that was one of my better interviews,
Hmm.
not just because of who he is, but
Hmm.
because I didn't have to pump or prime him to speak on his life, his experience, and how he got to where he was. I asked him a
Hmm.
question and he would go in depth about
Right.
how he got to where he is.
Right.
Asking him about the company. Hey, Mr. Bailey, do people call you crazy?
Hmm.
Yeah, they call me crazy all the time, Matthew. Every time I come up with an idea, I want to do something, everybody tells me that I'm crazy. And
Hmm.
behind the scenes, having conversations with him, And for him to tell me and my guest host Creed to tell us, yo, whatever y'all doing, don't stop.
Yeah.
You only stop when you ain't comfortable with what you're doing and you don't think you can do it. There ain't no point in you
Mm-hmm.
stopping. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. But
Mm-hmm.
he said they're gonna call you crazy regardless. You might as well just be called crazy and fulfill your destiny.
That's it.
He said
That's
all it
it,
take,
man.
and he told me, he said all it takes is just for that one or two people to be hearing what you're doing, and then they share it with everybody else, and then you go from there.
Mm-hmm. No, no, you definitely got to keep it moving,
Yeah.
man. And I even when I do my interviews, you know, I do a lot of in person, and I do it for couple reasons, you know, and the reason is for one to highlight the same way you do, you know, highlight someone that you actually know, you know what I mean, and give them the proper just due and awareness and acknowledgement, you know, of what they got going on, opposed to never getting started because you're chasing the big fish. You want to net a celebrity and
Mm-hmm.
get them on. Nah, these are our local heroes. These are our local celebrities, and I want to, you know, show them in a light that they should be. And when they
Yes.
leave out here, they, you know, somebody could say, "Man, I saw you on that," or "I see this and that." You know what I mean? And just
Yeah.
go from there.
Yes.
That's what I do it for. But I also do it. The other part is I'm really interested in people.
Yes.
I'm really
And
interested in
I value them.
mental.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
value people. I'm interested in the mental. What makes people tick? I want to know backstories, what you've been through to get you here, and not just to the success part, but what um adversities you had to face, toxic stuff you had to get away from, and because this is what people really deal with every day.
Facts.
People really ain't dealing with, oh, I just want to cop that phantom, or I just went and did that. Ain't
That ain't
most
real.
people.
That ain't
You
real.
know what I mean?
How did you get to the point where you could cop that phantom?
Yeah,
Are you relatable? Will people be able to relate to you?
yeah. You see what I'm saying? So it's like I like to deal with
Yeah.
real people, man, and on real stuff, and that's where I'm at with it. So anytime, you know, you call me, I'm there because I know we're gonna have a real conversation.
Always, always, always. For
You
people who
know?
don't know, I don't know if y'all listen to any of the podcasts I have with Jim, but these podcasts are probably an hour to an hour and a half. And me
Mm-hmm.
and Jim can talk for way longer than that.
Longer than that.
Way
Yeah,
longer than that.
yeah,
Y'all only get an hour and a half for real.
right,
For real. Oh, and
right.
salute to Aldo Rios, the owner of El Churro Shop. Man, that was a
Okay.
good interview. I enjoyed doing that too, man. For him to tell me, sit down and talk to me and say, hey, Matthew, I'm from the community, man. I grew up out here.
Mm-hmm.
I went to school to be a chef, but I'm from this neighborhood. I'm from over here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So to be able to hear his story and him tell it and say that I opened up my shop during COVID, I did it on a whim. I didn't know if it would work. My wife told me to do it, and I told her I don't think it would work. And she said, "Man, you're good at making a certain thing, so we gonna open up a churro shop, but we gonna find a different way to do it." And he said, "That's what I did. I open up a churro shop, but I make churros that's different from anybody else, and it's
That's
clicking,
dope.
and it's
That's
clicking."
dope.
And to not just say that, but I got to get back over there and try the chicken sandwich out because I haven't been over there, and I said I would get over there. But for you, Jim, if you ever get a chance, the food is good. It's good.
Well, you know, I'll have to go see what they got because you know I don't eat everything and I'm a picky eater.
Okay.
You know, I
Okay.
don't eat much meat at all. So I
Okay.
can't even see what the chicken sandwich tastes like because I don't even eat chicken, but I
You
definitely
don't eat
probably
chicken,
taste
Jim?
that. Nah, I haven't eaten chicken since I was like 7 years old.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, like I'm about to be 50 in September.
Come
It's
on,
been
talk
that
about it.
long.
Talk about it. That's a very, very long time to not eat chicken, my brother.
Yeah, I don't eat, bro. I don't eat chicken. I don't eat chicken. I don't eat turkey. I don't eat fish.
Mm.
I don't eat none of that, bro. I don't eat none of that. I've only thing I've eaten is hard for me to get away is the beef, it's the hamburgers, tacos, anything ground beef, you know, I eat. I don't eat really even eat steak like that. And if I eat steak, it has to have 0% of fat on my
Okay.
meat. Like I don't eat nothing that's it's always I guess been a mental thing. But yeah, that's all. If I could let go of the ground beef, then I won't be eating meat at all.
Where did that come from? That type of
Um,
diet.
well, shit, I stopped eating. I don't eat pork either. I stopped eating pork like it's been like probably 25, 27 years now. I
Okay.
don't eat pork.
Okay.
But I think when when you born or whatever, man, the food has to be given to you.
Mm-hmm.
So you accept what's given to you. But as I got older and just even as a kid, I just didn't like certain things, pork chops and all that type of stuff. And you biting into it, and some flying off the side like gristle and nah, it disgusted me. So it's just like, nah, what I mean? Then the mental part of the animal part, the chicken, and I stopped eating chicken. I had went out to my mom took me and my brother and sister out to like the country, like St. Anne, Illinois, and see our grandfather and they stayed on like it's not a farm, but it's kind of like a farm living. So
Okay.
you see chickens in the coop and this and that type of stuff, right? So I'm a
Mm-hmm.
city person. Even that young, I was just knew I was a city person. So they I see the chicken running around. You know what I mean? I see the chicken running around, and then the next 2 hours, I see the damn chicken getting cooked.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Getting
I
ex-
was like, nah, fam, I'm good on that. I ain't ate chicken since ever.
Well, unlike you, sir, I love me some motherfucking chicken. I will also say this: I made some chicken last night. I baked it in the
Uh-huh.
oven with some onions, some chicken broth. Uh, and I,
Sounds good.
yeah, and I seasoned that mofo really, 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 really well. Oh yes,
It
yes,
sounds good.
it was so good. I tried to pick it up on a fork, and
Mhm.
all the meat almost fell out the bone. I
You
picked it up,
just
boy.
falling,
Woo!
huh? Nah, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
man.
I wish I ate better in terms of like trying things. I'm just not me though. You know what I
Okay.
mean? But that chicken be smelling good.
Yeah.
All that food be smelling good and looking good.
Yeah.
I just can't do it.
Wow. Okay. Well,
Mhm.
go past the churro shop. You may find something that you would like in there.
Yeah, I'll definitely try them out. Where you at though? Where you located?
I had to send you. Man, I forgot the location. Oh man, damn it, man. I can't remember the location right now. I'm about to look it up since we on here.
Mhm.
But let me say
North
this to you.
side, west side, south
Cicero
side?
over in the Cicero area.
Oh, that's not far from me.
Nope, not far from you at all.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good spot. I came in there, man. It was a welcoming environment.
Mm-hmm.
I sat there. I had the churro, the cheesecake churro.
Mm-hmm.
And me and my buddy sat there, man. We had a
That
really good
sound
time.
good.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to tell you, bro. El Churro Shop. Where you at? Where you at? 3536 West 26th Street, Chicago, Illinois.
Okay, that's a little village.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah, I'm
sir.
gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go check them out. But I'm also gonna have to put in the call before I can just be going over the little village. Little village be tripping sometimes.
They be tripping, but hey, me and the
They
homie went
still
over
on.
there.
They still on that game banging
Everything was
for no
okay.
reason.
Jam. We were okay.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot different nowadays. They were
Mm-hmm.
looking at us when we was walking up, and
Right.
but I was like, look, I was like, I'm not over here for that. I'm not coming over
Right.
here for that. Please
This
don't.
is want me. This
Yeah.
is want me a churro.
Yeah, I just come over here for some cheesecake churros. I'm coming over here for
Oh,
some of that blur from some what is that the blueberry iced
uh-huh.
tea, blueberry
Mm-hmm.
lemonade. I'm coming over here for that, and we gonna politic with my man Aldo, and we gonna get out y'all way. We don't want no
That's
smoke.
it. That's
We don't
it.
want no
None.
smoke. We don't want no smoke.
None.
Because we got it for you, but I don't know how much we
Right.
got till we can get up out of here.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? So
Hilarious.
yeah, we went in there, we had a good time. And Aldo, as soon as he saw me, he was like, "Oh, what's going on?" And when he said it, like it was kind of like it brought down the mood, and it was like, oh, "Okay,
Yeah.
cool, we good."
Yeah.
I went up to the dapped him up, and we talked some shit real quick. I ordered some of the items. My man's ordered some items. Food was good. It wasn't too sweet. It was a
Mm-hmm.
great balance. The texture of the food was good. Man, we ate
Mm-hmm.
and we had a good time, and we left up out of there, man. And then we went to another spot from there. We went and watched some games and we just kicked it, man. But it was a good time. It was a
That's
good
good
time.
stuff, man.
Hell yeah,
Nah, that,
I love trying out places like that, but mostly going to places like that with a great story behind a great person. You know what I mean? And
mm-hmm.
you get to interact with them and talk to them. you know, and it seems to me from talking to him, he loves what he do. He loves what he's
Mhm.
doing, and he's big on it, and he's saying that his work is paying off now from his
Mhm.
hard work and dedication. So I enjoy going up there, man, and tasting the product that he's putting out. And he said he's gonna always try to evolve it and grow what he's trying to do. So it's love, man. And hey, I'm from Chicago. I'm going to always support Chicago people. So
100%. You definitely do that. And salute to that brother. Is it Aldo?
Aldo, yep, Aldo
Man,
Rios.
salute to that brother. More blessings, more success to him.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Because the food was fire, man. I just got to go back and try the chicken sandwich out. You know, everybody said they can make a good chicken sandwich, but you know, until
Yeah, we got to see, huh?
we got to see, man, he makes it with this because he was describing it on a podcast, and he said he makes it with this champagne aioli on it, and I got to check that out,
Mm.
man. I gotta check
Mm.
that out. Yeah, see, look at you. You might as well come back on and get you some chicken, man.
Nah, I'm good on the chicken. I eat me a churro though.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
Uh,
I'm sure Rose will fire. All right, so let's start off with the questioning right now. All right,
let's go.
what's new in the shop?
What's new in the shop? Okay. Not a lot's new in the shop.
Okay.
Well, since you been here,
Oh,
it's a lot.
it's been a lot. Yeah, I'm sure.
It's a
Cause
lot new.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? But the shop looks way different since the last time you've been here. We had connected with just bring you up to speed. We had connected with a lot of local um artists, painters and stuff like that. And did like this not necessarily collaboration, but a commission based agreement where we'll put some of the pieces in the store, and if someone purchases them, we can do a quick 80-20 split.
Okay.
The artists get the 80. We probably take 20% just to keep the lights going. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? But more so, the overall goal for that is to just bring more awareness and help the artists enlarge their territory.
Okay.
With that being said, couple few people pieces sold, during that time. And we still got some in here because we've also forged relationships that went outside of just, that business. And we was able to have give some of these pieces a home. They've been here quite a while. And we've also had art exhibitions here as well
Awesome.
for for
Awesome.
for one of the people. And yeah, and store, looks way different than it was last time you seen it, but also I've pivoted a little bit as well in terms of retail and its sole purpose in the store. It also serves as an event space as well at this point. So that's one of the things I had to learn is that you can have it for one reason, but it don't necessarily have to just be for that. Not when the space is going to be the space regardless.
Mm-hmm.
You like a house, a home. A home is going to be a home. It's going to be an infrastructure regardless. But what makes it a home is what you put in it.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So
How's that
right
going
now
using it as an event space? Because I can see that going well.
it has gone well. That's
Okay.
what the main focus is on now. That it's still retail, but uh everything when I reopen, we purposely put everything on rollers, wheels that so when it's time for an event,
You can get it up and get it out of there. Roll it back out when you're done.
hit it on the head right there.
Yep.
20 minutes, 30 minutes or less, whole stores is emptied out, restocked,
Mm-hmm.
just like that. I mean, you don't have to
That's a
take
beautiful
nothing
thing, though.
down.
That's a beautiful thing because it
Yeah,
saves you time on having to, like you was about to say, take things down, fold them up, put them in the
yeah.
proper place, put them in bins and everything. When you could just roll it to the back and get it out the way. So
Forget where
don't
you
want
put them at
to.
and
Yeah.
place them. Nope,
Yeah.
everything is exactly where it was. Just roll it back out, lock the wheels, store set back up. You know what I mean? So that's what I've been on. But I've been, like I said, I've been going where focusing my attention where the business has been taking me. So more so the business has been taking us to the event side.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, if I choose to do a pop-up or if I choose to do a drop, say if I choose to drop, which I'm gonna do probably in the next month, everybody eats hoodie drop or a t-shirt or short set or whatever the case is, a special drop for Demiurge or everybody eats. It's still my store
Mm-hmm.
that I could do that. It's still my retail space. I can do that whenever I want to. It doesn't change that. But what is keeping things afloat and going is that other side. So I make more money when it's empty.
Mm. That's saying what it needs to be said then, huh?
Let's leave it at that.
Hey.
I make more money when it's empty. I make more money when I'm not open for retail.
Mm. And with that said, we will move on to the next question. All right. So as far as the retail side, are you taking on
Mhm.
any new brands in the store?
Um, no. That's another thing I've done, like in this journey, was to start scaling back on certain things because um you can take on new brands, you can take on so many different things, and but you have to be open. You have to be here. You have to be, you know what I mean? You have to stick to certain store hours. You have to commit yourself. And if you can't or you're not in a position to do it at that time, um, you're not only hurting your brand, but you're hurting other brands that you give an opportunity to, you know. So I've been, like I said, at this point, with me being into so many other things, it's like I just focus on the space at this point,
Okay.
and I utilize the retail part whenever I feel like I want to do it.
Okay. Gotcha. All
Yeah.
right. So as a clothing store or as a boutique,
Hmm.
does the location matter more or does the product matter more?
They both equally matter.
Okay.
You can have a great product and definitely be in the wrong location for it, because if you're in the wrong location, half the time the location really just equates to the demographic that you're around doesn't suit you. It's not for you. It's not for your product. But I think you can have a dope product anywhere, you know, and it'll sell. But you know, when you have a storefront or brick and mortar, it does matter.
Mhm.
It does matter, you know. So um sometimes you have to, I think when you're in a location that your product is not really fits the environment of that location, then you're gonna have more of a challenge than anything. You know what I mean? Because you're looking for, now you're dependent and contingent on people coming from that know your product, and that's content that's coming from different places that know you, or maybe the your family or your friends or online or whatever the case is. But what about the people that's literally living in on the soil where your business is located at? What about them? I would think they will probably be the easiest because they're right there. They're walking past it every day. They
Mhm.
seeing it. But if you don't have nothing for them, or even, you know, then you walking your possible supporters, you watching them walk past every day. Potential supporters. Look in the window and keep going because you don't have nothing that
Driving.
caters to them, that drives them in.
Yeah. Yeah. Gotcha. All right. Next question.
Hmm.
Growing up in Chicago, you learn skills that often help you in real life. Life.
Hmm.
Are you able
Hmm.
to apply some of those skills today? Reading the room, understanding who you're talking to, knowing the signs of danger, and able to hear when people are lying to you. Are those
100%.
skills are those skills still applicable to you today?
100%. And I don't think, most of mine just necessarily come from the street, you know. Um, although I've spent a lot of time. in the street doing whatever it was I was doing. But I think most of mine is innate. You know, a lot of mine is just having that blessed with that spirit of discernment, you
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
blessed with being able to read a person in 4 to 5 minutes, you know, blessed with being very observant and reading body language. I have this thing where I tell people all the time that, we can be having a conversation verbally, but I'm also listening to what you don't say.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. In
Like
the
you
way
could
you
say
say it.
something to me, but I heard what you didn't say
Yes,
because
sir.
that's what you really wanted to say. Everything about your actions and how you formed your conversation structure, your conversation around. Let me know you really wanted to say something else. This was just your way of presenting it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So
100%.
yeah.
100%. And it doesn't necessarily have to mean that you have to be from the street to get that. It just
Mm-hmm.
means that the environment that you come from allows you the opportunity to see and hear more things just because there's so
Yeah.
much more going
You're
on.
gonna be exposed to more.
Yeah, you're exposed to more. And because we're
Mm-hmm.
exposed to more, there are certain things that we pick up on. And we don't just say, oh, yeah, that's that. We apply it and we see where it works and where it doesn't work. And if it
Mm-hmm.
continues to work over and over again, then we know fully that skill is enhanced because of who we're talking to and the things that they're saying versus the things that they're not saying. Uh,
100%.
and I've used that to my advantage as far as knowing the people that I'm talking to, and it's worked. It's helped me tremendously to know who I'm talking to and the people that I'm around, the people that are for me, the people that are against me, and just being able to interact with people or not interact with them. Like you said, that 4 to 5 minutes of talking to you, I know,
Mm-hmm.
I know enough.
Mm-hmm.
I know
Yeah, you
enough.
got to you got to listen. Like people, if you listen long enough, a person to tell you exactly who they are, and it's like Bing say, you know what I mean? Your handshake, ain't matching your smile. You know what I mean?
There it
I read
is.
between them lines in your brows. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Absolutely.
Like it's the details. It's the details that people don't think you even paying attention to when you're in front of them. It's the little
Absolutely.
things.
Absolutely.
You
And I
know.
remember talking to him one day when he was at a certain store downtown, big and tall
Uh-huh.
store on Michigan.
Mhm.
And me and him were
Mhm.
having a conversation, just rapping, just chopping it up.
Wow.
And he was talking to me. I was talking to him about music and the way it was going and the way things were changing and how the music was getting ready to shift into a different level. It's about to become more song and dance uh
Mhm.
themed. And when he was talking to me, he was like, I can tell by the way your face look, you're not too happy with the way the music is about to change. And I was like, yeah,
Mhm.
Beans, I think it's gonna be terrible. And I think that even though people will be able to eat and that music will go on to help other people out, where will
Mhm.
the real music lie? And where will there be a base for that, or will they push that out to the side just so the
Mhm.
next thing can just be the next thing, And me and him had a conversation, but he was reading me the same way I was reading him. And at the
Yeah.
end, he was like, you familiar, huh? I was like, man, Beans, I'm from where you from, bro.
Mhm.
And he hopped in that Bentley and he got up out of there.
That's that's definitely what he used to roll in a Bentley.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
He
but
got a he
that's
got a
that.
champagne colored Bentley and he peeled out.
But that's what it is, man. Those things definitely, those skill sets, have definitely helped me to this day. And I'm a person that likes, like I say, I love to understand people, read people, and just because you get a clear understanding of just people, period.
Mm-hmm.
Even when it's a bad thing, even when somebody's wronged you or whatever, I'm one of the ones want to kind of tap into what made that person do that, what made this and that. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
instead of saying I hate you forever and this and that, I might not mess with you no more, but I do want to know. And if I do know, and I can get an understanding of you a little more, then I might not be looking at you as bad as I had prior to me getting that understanding. For example, real quick, um, I had a situation probably about 10, probably like 12 years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this always stuck with me. And it was one of the people that I gave opportunity to, helped out. They had a skill set that I could utilize at the time, and I needed an order done, t-shirt order.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of my good friends that trusted me, always gave me business and everything, and she needed something done before, I went out the country. And I was scheduled to go out the country on this particular date. Her order was supposed to have been done. So actually, I gave the opportunity to the person that needed it. He didn't come through. Had a
Mm.
history of just doing certain things. Didn't come through, and now I'm feeling a certain way because that's my character. That's my name on that.
Correct.
This ain't what that person knows me for, and that's why I even have the opportunity to get the opportunity to do the order, right?
Mm-hmm.
So going back and forth with the person, the guy, and certain excuses is not, I can't take no more when it's business and my name is attached to something. When I know it could have been done, I know
Mm-hmm.
it could have been communicated better and conveyed or this and that. So it's like after I left, right, I made everything right. I was
Mm-hmm.
able to get it done, made everything right. I boarded the plane. And I still remember like it was yesterday, bro. I boarded the plane and I was 20,000 feet in the air. And I said this to you. I think I said this to you before. And I said, it hit me like a ton of bricks, bro, that I would never again argue or get into the beef with somebody that don't own a passport.
Yeah, that ain't never been nowhere.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That sticks with me because your perspective on life and things are so narrow. It's so narrow. And now you're bringing me down to this level. Eagles don't come down and communicate with turkeys.
They don't.
They don't. And turkeys can never fly
Soar
to the heights that
30,000
the
feet.
eagle, they
Nope.
can't, they're not even meant to soar.
Mm-mm.
They're not even meant to soar. So it's like when I got to that point, I was like, yo, like, I say all that to say is, once that came to me,
Mm-hmm.
I stopped being mad at him for what he did because he's just a product of what his environment is.
Mm-hmm.
What his he can't he can't do nothing different outside of that. You know what I mean? Like where it's like I stopped getting mad at him because I'm just like, damn, you know what?
They don't know. They don't know.
He's like a turkey. He's going around bobbing his head low. All he sees is this around him, and this is how he survives through it.
Yeah.
So once I gained that understanding, I had a better understanding of him and the
Yep.
overall situation. I'm not even mad no more. I
Yeah.
just moving forward. I know certain things.
Yeah. It's a certain people that you can do business with and make moves with. And you learn that through those processes of
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily the business going wrong, but giving us somebody a chance to do it.
Yeah,
Hey man,
yeah.
I got this going on. I would like for you to take care of this for me. If you do that, man, it'll benefit both of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
this is a chance for you to gain something. And you don't even have to say all that, but hey, here's a chance for you, my man, to make some money doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
need it in 5 days. That's a
Right,
turnaround needed. If you can get it to me in
right.
4, that would be even better. But nothing more than
Mm-hmm.
5 days. And if you can get it to me by then, look, this is I'll give you this such.
Mm-hmm.
And when it can't be done, and that person turns around and then they're looking at you and they're blaming you and they're making excuses and everything is
Mm-hmm.
your fault. And it's this whole ego, man. I don't need that. I don't need that. But if you didn't need it, why would you do it?
How'd you do it? You know?
Why would you do it? So since, and I'm not speaking on your situation. I'm just saying that because
Mm-hmm.
I've
Mm-hmm.
had
In
to do that.
general.
Yeah, and me and you have talked about that. I've been in situations where I given somebody a shot, and they
Mm-hmm.
totally fucked me over with
Mm-hmm.
doing it. And then you look back and you go, man, I can't even be mad at them because I trusted them to do something that they had never done before.
Mm-hmm.
And because I gave them a chance, they didn't see it as a chance to take their brand and their business at one level up or a couple levels up. They looked at it as, oh man, I don't have to do this.
And and on my end, I trusted somebody. I was more mad at me because I trusted somebody to do exactly what you said, to be able to take their self one level up or operate any different than what they've been. Well, my folly came in that is I trust you to do something that you know you're not used to doing, which is doing stuff on time, which is following through the way you're supposed to. I trust you to do something different because it was me. You did exactly what you normally do. And that's why your business never scaled up anywhere. It took years before, you start getting in a position that it actually, start working out for you. You know what I mean? But it's just like.
And let me say this too, Jim, because I learned this. I learned it in the music world. I never knew what turnaround was, right? And a lawyer told me when the guys left the room, he said, "Hey, let me tell you something, man. This guy just told you that he needs that song done in a couple of days. You told him your turnaround was 2 days." I said, "What?" I said, "What is turnaround?" He said, "Turnaround is how fast you can get a song done." I said, "What?" He said, when they ask you what's your turnaround, that's how fast you can get some music, a hook, something written done. I said, "All right, bet." He said, "You okay with that?" I was like, "Yeah, I can do it." He said, "All right, cool." He said, "Knock it out then." He said, "Knock it out the box. And if you have it done, he'll be forever grateful, especially if you can do it before then." I said 2 days because that would be the maximum time that I need. I said, "I can get it done tomorrow." He said, "Do what you're supposed to do then." And
Right.
after that, that person, anytime they needed me to come to the West Coast or do it from home through Dropbox or whatever it was, I could just do it, Jim.
There you go.
I could just do it. They
There
would
you
say,
go.
"Hey, I need you to do a vocal. I need you to do some vocals here or whatever. I need you to pin me a song. Send me the reference track, and I could do the vocals for the singing part of it or the rapping part, and be done and be out the way with it." But that's because there was a level of respect and integrity that I held, and that person held me too as well. And
Exactly.
I stand by that because that's my product and that's my name.
But the key part to that is this, right? The last part right there. That's the level of respect that that person had for you and they held you to, right?
Mm-hmm.
What changes the dynamics of the outcome to that is, do you have respect
Mm.
for it just as well as they do? See, some people don't have respect for certain things. Like they live their life where they so used to scrambling and scraping that they don't have the same respect that their name is attached to something.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They don't have the same respect that I've told this person to give them my word that I'm going to do this on this date and have it back. And they'll choose the latter, which is the excuse. Well, this happened, man, and this you used to doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Some people don't hold the same regards for certain things. Some people like me or yourself, I can't sleep well knowing that I told somebody something
And
and
didn't
didn't
do it
follow through.
because that's my name. I said that. I said
Yeah,
that. And the way I grew up is if you put your name on something, son, you got to finish.
yeah. And don't take on more than you can chew. Like don't
Yep.
bite off more than you can chew.
Yep.
Like if you like say you say I told him I can do it tomorrow if I need it, because you know you could.
Mm-hmm.
But if you know you could, then do it. But you got some people out here, man, that's don't mind selling somebody false promises. Oh, I bet I had that thing tomorrow. And
No, sir.
it's a
Jimmie,
week
I
later
honestly,
when you getting it back.
no, sir. I honestly told that person 2 to 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
And when it was just me and a certain person in the room, they said, "You know what you just told them, right?" I said, "Yeah."
Mm-hmm.
He said, "How
Yeah.
fast can you get it done?" I said, 2 to 3 days. I said, "But it'll be done tomorrow."
And I like the fact that the other person in the room, whether they needed to or not, and whether you was like already sat in your principles already, I like the fact that the other person made you accountable,
Mm-hmm.
brought that in front of you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And say, hey, you know what you just told that person, right?
Right. Right. And
You need accountability partners like that.
yes, sir. It made me accountable. it made me responsible, but it also made me reliable at the same time because I knew what
Mm-hmm.
I was capable of doing, and that person got the exact product they was looking for with a little bit of with a little extra on it, and
That's good stuff.
I did it just because they had asked me, just because I wanted them to know that I could do it. You know,
That's good stuff.
good
That's
work
good
and
stuff.
sell
It was an
itself, right?
opportunity.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
it was an opportunity. That's all it was.
That's all, and I needed that. You know, so me being able to have the opportunity allowed me to be trusted and be respected in that room amongst those people and have more opportunities like that. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, any opportunity that a person get, man, you have to represent because you are your own brand, whatever it
Mm-hmm.
is. If you're gonna be cutting using scissors, be the best scissor cutting motherfucker in the area. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's your name. And the way I grew up, man, is you. If you can't do it, let the person know that's involved that you can't do. Hey, man, I got this on my plate. I got that on my plate. Give me some
That's
extra
it.
time.
That's it.
Yeah.
It always works out better when you're forthcoming.
Mm-hmm.
It all because now with that, you've given the other person, you've afforded them the opportunity to say yay or nay, or let me see if I can have the time. Maybe I can wait it out. If it's a couple days later, I can wait, or I can't. Let me go find some. You gave them that.
Yes.
It's when you don't give the other person the opportunity and you leave them hanging like that. That's when it
Yes.
becomes a problem.
Yes. And now you're talking about lowering expectations when it comes to either dealing with you
Mm-hmm.
or with the way that they do business. And oftentimes it's just the way that they do business with you because they know that they have someone else that can do the same job in less amount of
100%.
time. You know what I mean? I
Yep.
trusted you, or I was giving you the opportunity to show that you could do it, and you didn't do that.
You never want to leave. You never purposely want to leave a bad taste in somebody's mouth. You never want to do that because they're gonna always remember that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
And
That's just
everything attached to you from their experience is that because that's what
is
you gave
that
them. That's what you gave.
is that. I agree.
Yep. All right. So everybody eats. Let's talk about that. So how's the initiative or program going?
Everybody eats, man. Everybody eats right now. The formation of the actual profit, is in order. The non for profit. Been doing works already. Been doing, man, like been doing some things. They didn't want to be like putting the cart before the horse type situation, but I'm a person that if work needs to be done or could be done, I'm not holding it up for nothing else, And everybody else has over the last year, we've done some things.
Okay.
We've did our first annual, I want to say 2023, summer of 2023. Last year we did our first annual book bag and school supply giveaway to the kids.
Okay.
Um, barbecue, cookout venture with the car wash that my family owns, my brother owns, and politicians came out. A lot of people came on board, man, and we made it a great thing for these kids. We was able to do that, bouncy houses, all the stuff that a kid enjoys. We did that. Was able to take a little of the pressure financially off the parents, and we did that. That was in, I want to say, August of 2023,
Okay.
and then we doubled back with our next event was December 10th, and we did the toy drive, the toy giveaway
Okay.
back to kids that have been families, and especially kids that have been affected by gun violence,
Okay.
losing a loved one to gun violence. So helping those moms out and assisting those kids to help them and ensure that they have a nice Christmas. We did that. We did a whole entire. It started with originally doing the toys and stuff, but we actually curated a whole event. It was going to be a play, but it turned into something even greater than that. We had
Okay.
performers and everything. in conjunction with a great organization, non-profit organization called Theater Y on
Okay.
the west side of Chicago in the North Lawndale area. And we did that, man, and we was able to do that for like a nice amount of kids and their family. And it was a very moving experience. One of the few times I had to speak, I had to get up there and speak. I had to bring one of the young men who lost his brother to gun violence. He was with him, picking him up from school, and a botched robbery turned into his brother losing his life. And
Mm.
yeah, yeah, it's heavy. Like
Yeah.
before we got to that point, I had to physically get on the phone and reach out to all these women. And man, I had to get all their stories as an introduction. And just to hear these mothers, you know, um, to see their pain and hear their cries, and it was heavy, bro. And it just made me want to help them even more. And ironically, it's crazy that I'm talking about this because half the ones that um, I met them last year on this date.
Mm.
I was literally, man, that makes me think. I forgot too. They probably had it going on today. I met them on this day. I was literally dropping picking a customer up, a rider up from the place, and it turns out to be Saint Sabine,
Okay.
sir. And it was on Mother's Day of 2023.
Mm.
And the elder was coming from there, and I seen the news cameras out there and stuff like that. And she told me what was going on and what it was about and blah, blah, blah. I dropped her off to church, I swung back. I had my camera with me and stuff like that. And I sat out there and I was out there with these women. I was like the only man out there with these women, introducing myself, letting them know about Everybody Eats, and I would love to, help them in any manner I can. And from there, I was able to get the women to do the Christmas thing with. But I met them last year. It's been a year to today on Mother's Day morning
Wow.
of last year.
Wow.
Yeah. So this
Wow.
is some of the work this is the work that we've done. That's not counting just countless times that me and my partner, my girls in the store, and people come in off the street, and we just talk to them and minister to them and turn their day around and make an invite that they come back and just want to talk and do things. We've given them things that they needed. So this is what Everybody Eats is about.
Okay. Okay. To those who are listening and watching or may watch, Jim, how can they get in touch with you or email you to help you out with the Everybody Eats program?
Well, they can definitely email me. Email me at I think I have an email for Everybody Eats too, but I mainly stay on my own email, which is Jimmie Wallace, Jimmie Wallace, WALLACE 29 at gmail.com. And you can reach out and if you want to be a part of it in any way, shape, or form, just reach out to me and let's get it going. Let's get it going. We're working on our events for this year already. So let's get it going. I'm also outside of Everybody Eats too, though. I've been doing some stuff with. I just did Walk Through the Hood with New Era.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
New Era, which is a great organization. Doing
Explain to those
amazing.
who are listening what New Era is so they have an understanding.
We have New Era Detroit. I think
Mm-hmm.
that's like the head. That's what it started with,
Yes.
originated with
Yes.
these guys, Zeke and his people down in Detroit. I seen them throughout the years or whatever, and I was just amazed that these strong black men going through their community and policing their own community, the gas stations and things like that, and bit shutting down businesses if they're unfair, treating the people of not just black people in general, but these are black people are the people that occupy these neighborhoods. if they're treated unfairly, they're talked to unfairly, and you know, being sold expired merchandise, go shut them down. You know, the women pulling up to the gas station, go pump their gas for them. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Opening doors, doing all this type of stuff, protecting the kids. You know, so I would see them, and then um, I noticed that it spilled over to Chicago. You know, so you got my man, my brother Eric Mobley, um, my man D Cook, and the sister, I'm trying to think of her name right now, Erica, Miss Erica Burton. Um, they're like head up the chapter for Chicago, New Era Chicago. So now the same thing that was done in Detroit, they're doing in Chicago, and then they come together and they go other places. They're on like almost like a 27 city tour right now, that they're going to feed the hood and do all these things in different cities.
Okay.
So they just
Okay.
did one in Chicago about a month ago, and I was out in the streets with them.
Okay.
You know, and it was a great experience.
It looked like it was. It looked like you guys were really getting things together and having a good time and making the communities come together. Not making them, but getting the community together to participate.
Yeah, the community, man, lacks unity, and it lacks unity because it lacks love. You know, and anywhere you go leading with love, it's a slim chance you're gonna be faced with hate. You know what I mean? But a lot of people don't care to lead with love. They feel if it's hate there, or that's what's in the air, then I got to prepare myself for hate. But they
Mm-hmm.
don't strap themselves with love. They strap themselves with hate on the other end.
Because that's what they've been led with, and that's what they've been seeing the entire time.
One hundred percent.
When me and you first got together and bonded, it was out of respect and love.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it
Mm-hmm.
was. When I got met your brothers and the friends that came to the
Mm-hmm.
shop and everybody that
Mm-hmm.
I was approached by, I was met with respect and love.
Nothing but love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could have easily been me, man. I don't want to talk to them, Jim. And you're like, yo,
Uh-huh.
you can't be in here then. These my
Right.
people.
Right.
You gotta go.
Right.
You gotta go.
Right.
You can't be in here like that. But and I think
And vice versa
oftentimes,
for them too, as well. If I
absolutely.
bring somebody around, you know, no, this ain't for you then, bro.
Absolutely. And I think oftentimes we see a lot of the young men and a lot of women, they aren't being shown the correct amount of respect and love, and they aren't being
Mm-hmm.
shown how to do it. So they don't
Mm-hmm.
know how. So oftentimes
Mm-hmm.
when you're out in the city or I'm out in the city or your friends are out, the brother that's a pastor, when they're out in the city and they're out moving about, they're showing the love and the respect to the young brothers and sisters because they never got it. So once they hear it and they know what it was, they know what it is, they respond to that. Oh, you really are trying to connect to me because you want me to do better and you want to see something better for myself. And that's what they
Mm-hmm.
need. And that goes back to our young brothers and sisters not having the correct people in their lives. And that's not to say nothing bad about anybody that's around them,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
they aren't being led with the correct amount of respect and love because therein lies the problem. You know what I mean? The way we do
Mm-hmm.
business with each other, the way we treat each other, the way we treat our family members, and the way we do everything. You know, it
Mm-hmm.
should be done with a certain amount of respect, love, and integrity. Integrity is a very big part of that as well.
Very, very much so. I had a brother here last night. I had a rental last night, a prom send off, and I walked in, and you know, there was a brother sitting here that knew me already, and I didn't even catch his face when I first walked in. And then, you know, somebody was asking me about his brother, which is a which is another business owner, boutique owner, and I say, yeah, you know, I know him, whatever. He's like, well, you remember him? You know him? So I look at this brother. I say, oh man, that's my man. You know, and he said, he's like, raised his head up because he was quiet. He's like, yeah, I told you, I know this. I knew this brother. That's what he's telling them. This my man. He just got out of prison maybe a
Okay.
year and a half ago, a year ago, if that long, even if it's a year ago, doing some real time. I think say he was locked down 23 and a half per day, you know.
Mm.
Yeah. 23 and a half, 5 minutes to make a phone call, 5 minutes to do this and 5 minutes to do that, then you're back in,
Mm.
you know? But talking to that brother, man, he said we had a great conversation. He said a lot of stuff last night that was very like it was good to see God, how God works. It's good to see how God could. It's nothing like witnessing a transformed person. You know, a person that's different from who you knew prior to. It's nothing like seeing a person operating in a better version of themselves.
Absolutely.
You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? And
Yes.
he was that, bro. And he said something that stuck with me. It was so profound. Simple but yet profound. And we talking about what we're talking about now, me and you. And he said, listen, he said, Jay, brother, if they not leading you, then they misleading you. And I was like, sheesh. And he's talking about just, leaders, politicians, or whatever, so-called gang leaders or politicians. He's like, man, I realize if they not leading, then they mislead. But nonetheless, you have influence
Mm-hmm.
on something. And if you misleading, you misusing it,
Yes, sir.
you know? And that's what it come down to, man, is that, we got to distinguish leaders from misleaders.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Absolutely. I often tell people that, man, when you're being talked to and people are having conversation with you, pay attention to what they're saying. But
Mm-hmm.
to go back on what we were saying earlier, to pay attention to what they're
Mm-hmm.
saying, because oftentimes people who have an agenda or
Mm-hmm.
an ulterior motive, they're saying certain things because there's something underneath that they don't want to be reviewed. And I tell them like
100%.
be very careful about that, especially when you're getting information. That's just like if someone came and told me, man, I don't like Jimmie, man. Let me tell you what he did.
Mm-hmm.
No, 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 no,
Mm-hmm.
no, 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 no. That was you and Jimmie. Jimmie ain't do that
Mm-hmm.
to me.
Right, right.
I ain't had an interaction with Jimmie.
Mm-hmm.
And if he
Mm-hmm.
did do that to you, what caused that situation to go that way? You
Right,
understand what I'm saying? You
right.
can't come to me and give me some information about a person and I'm over here dealing with the person. I'm talking to him. I got their number and every conversation is love and we chop it up and we
Mm-hmm.
got ideas and we got things
Mm-hmm.
going on. You can't turn around and make me feel that is a bad person because I got an
Mm-hmm.
interaction with them already.
I got my own relationship with him, and it's been based off this. So if it's never been a folly in my dealings with him, why? I'm not just gonna automatically say, "Oh, he's that" because you said it.
Mm-mm. That ain't the
Nah,
way
I'm
it
gonna
works.
need, and you're not gonna skew my view of that person because he's never given me nothing to do that. You see what I'm saying? Now, you saying that, I might sit and ponder on the situation for a second and be like, damn, he said that about Jim. Like, why would he say that? And this and that. But then it's also gonna make me, if I can't look at in my mind, damn, Jim ain't never did nothing to me. He's always been solid. Now it's gonna turn my attention to you. And
Mm-hmm.
what made Jim do that to you?
Yeah. That's what I tell people all the time. Why did that happen?
Mm-hmm.
Because oftentimes people do that. And I say all the time, again, it's misleading. Yeah, you may
Mm-hmm.
have that information, but what transpired to make that person get to that point? Something has to happen for someone to say, hey, yo, that person ain't, I don't like that person. Well, you don't like them. That person been great to me. They ain't never done nothing wrong to me. And
Oftentimes you'll find out where the problem lies in the omittance,
mm-hmm,
where they will choose to omit
yeah,
certain details out and leave them out.
mm-hmm.
People good with that. You
Very good
know,
at that. Very good at
you
that. And I tell people all the
know.
time, anytime you hear somebody say something bad about me, ask them what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Get to the crust of what's actually
Right.
going on. Because if they talking bad about me, everybody know me from being a solid dude, being a good dude.
Mm-hmm.
I don't bother
Mm-hmm.
nobody. If you heard about me doing anything negative or saying anything negative to somebody, something was warranted, something was said, or something was done
Mm-hmm.
that made me show you the other side.
Come on, man. Especially when I pride myself on being a solid person.
I always do.
I don't stumble up on being a solid person by mistake or chance. No, I pride myself. I'm very intentional on being a solid person that moves with honor, integrity, principle,
Absolutely.
respect, all that. So Yeah,
You
you
think
can't
I'm gonna
believe.
come? You think I'm gonna come this far just to turn around and say no? I'll abandon all that
Mm-hmm.
just to be stupid one day. No, no, no. It took me a while to get to this point.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of things I had to have my own ego death. I
100%.
had to kill my ego and not just necessarily kill it, but I had to get it to calm down and simmer down just because of
Mm-hmm.
the aggression and rage that I could go through and fly out the handle.
Mm-hmm.
But when someone said
100%.
when someone tells you something that's misleading, consider the person and consider the information that you're getting.
Mm-hmm.
And make sure you know the full story because I don't have no problem going back and asking Jim, hey Jim, what happened with you and Buddy right there?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, oh no,
That's what I'm gonna
it
get
ain't
to
nothing such. I'm
straight.
like, no, that ain't what he told me. He said it wasn't no nothing. He said this is what happened. And then once we get into that, we gonna dissect it because I want to know.
Right.
I'm not one
Right.
of them guys that just believe anything that I hear. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
From the government or whatever it is, I like to look things up and I like to
Mm-hmm.
sniff around for information because I want to know the truth.
That's where you're gonna find the true fact,
Yeah,
though. You take something just at the surface or the top layer, it's just like, nah, bro. Anybody could sell you anything at that point.
that's the truth. That's the truth. And I'm one of them people that we grew up in a system that was already placed here before we got here. Six had said this in a song, and he said this on a podcast. The system was not designed with free niggas in mind. So because of that, we had to be very careful of the information that we take in and the
Mm-hmm.
information that we give to other people. So we should always be based on making sure it's the most factual and logical information that we can get. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't like just going off of anything. Sometimes I leave information for people to see if they'll go and research it and they'll go look it up. Because
Mm-hmm.
oftentimes they say, oh, you a solid source, you a solid dude, you would never do that. Very true. But you should know for yourself if it's true. If
Exactly.
the information I'm giving to you
Exactly.
is true. You know what I mean?
Especially if the information out there for you to gain it for yourself. Quit taking it, secondhand.
Mm-hmm.
You giving
Very
person,
true.
you giving even though you even giving the most honest person the power to feed you some BS at any point at that point because they
Yeah.
know you're not gonna go check behind it, fact check it after them.
Yeah, yeah, and that's a
Mm.
very big thing, man. Make sure you check it out for yourself. You know, they tell us to vote for this president and vote for that president. Come to find out, you look up 4, 5, 6 years later, and then a damn thing happened in your favor. So you got to be very careful with things like that. Here's another question I have for you:
Mm-hmm.
is there any amount of money that would make you abandon your respect and integrity?
Nah, nah. Um, you have to, you know, as much as a wild amount of money could do for me right now, or anybody, you you still got to live with yourself after that, bro.
Bang
You
bang.
still you still got to like even if that money could put you in paradise, palm trees, white sandy beach, aqua blue water, all that, right? Person waiting on you hand and foot. But if you know you did some slimy shit to get it,
Mm-mm. That's every day you wake up. That's gonna always be there, and it's gonna always be attached to your
if
name.
you're a person with conscience,
Mm,
you gotta be a person with conscience. You gotta be a person with a conscience and conscious. You got to be aware. That's just like, in Lauren Hill's wow. Lauren Hill's album. I think it was on this album. I think it was, yeah, yeah. Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do.
mm-hmm.
She said a line, she said a bar, like, people without a conscience, you know what I mean? Man, that like conscience even lie to themselves. You know what I mean? She say, you know, somebody told her, she said, I remember to be true. She said they told her every day people lie to God too. So what makes you think they won't lie to you?
Woo,
You know what I mean?
woo.
Greatest album ever made, by the way.
Yeah.
But She
One off.
yeah, definitely. She said that, and those bars always stuck out to me, that people will lie to God. You know what makes you think you better than God? That they won't lie to you.
Fam. That's why I say I hold no high expectations to most people, because I don't
Mm-hmm.
expect them to treat themselves or me with the
Mm-hmm.
same way that I treat myself at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
At all.
So it's like, to answer your question, bro, in all honesty, nah, it's certain things I can't do.
Mm-mm.
Because I can't, it's certain things I can't live with. And a dirty conscience, and knowing that, I have to answer for things I've done one day. I mean, I'm showing up on the creator's doorstep with that. Nah, I'm cool. I'm
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Someone that, and I'm only asking you that because of the recent situation we've seen through the music industry and the
Mm-hmm.
rap industry and everything that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my guys have talked about this. Being offered record deals and everything. And
Mm-hmm.
and one of the homies said, "Bro, was there ever amount of money that they could offer you that you would just give it all up for?" And I told him no, because I would never be able to sleep at night knowing I did it.
Come
My
on,
family,
man.
my family could be straight for the rest of their life right now.
Mm-hmm.
They could have offered me $6 billion. My
Mm-hmm.
family could be straight right now. We, like you said, on a beach, living it up,
Mm-hmm.
waiting on hand and foot, two women with me wherever I go, and
Mm-hmm.
half a pound of weed. But I know at
All
night,
you need.
all I know at night when I lay down and go to sleep, I wouldn't sleep right.
Yeah.
I know everywhere I go, when I sit down and eat and they bring me that bill, I know how I got that money.
Mm-hmm.
I know how I got that money. And I gave up something that was so near and dear to me that that's all I had.
Mm-hmm.
And I worked my life to build up to have that. So for me to
Mm-hmm.
give up my respect and my integrity just so somebody could pass me a boatload of money, it would never just sit right with me ever.
Nah, me neither, bro. It's just like having to go into bed and going to sleep, you know, with a fluffy, posh pillow,
Mm,
or going to bed to sleep and your pillow feel like a pillowcase full of bricks. You know, you're gonna be tossing and turning all night because that thing don't sit right with you.
nope.
You know what I mean? And that's just how it is with me. I can't speak for nobody else. I just, certain things, by me being such a spiritual person, I deal in spirit. I know when I say spirit, we all born with a spirit in us. And the
Mm.
spirit is that discernment, is that understanding to tell you right never feels like wrong and wrong never feels like right, no matter how it's done.
The two shall never
I don't care
mix.
if you prospered from one. If it was done in the wrong way, it don't never feel the same way if you done it the right way.
Nope.
So
Because when you
I
when you
deal in
think
that.
about it, and when you breathe it in and you breathe it out, and you look at the turnaround that came away from it, it don't feel the same.
Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. And
Mm-mm.
you always feel like personally like you had something.
Mm-hmm.
But the one person, the one being that know it is the creator. That's the
Yep.
one that matters the most, that knows it.
And
So
we'll
if I
place it on
can't
your
fool,
heart.
you feel me? So if I can't fool the one that I'm gonna have to answer to,
Yes, sir.
what does it profit me fooling everybody else? But to get through this life, and I deal with it in the afterlife, or I deal with it. Nah, I can't even risk that,
And
even
there
though I
are
don't physically know.
Yeah, and there are tons of examples in front of us that we see from people who are successful, who took the
Mm-hmm.
big bag of money, and we're
Mm-hmm.
watching them and we're looking at them and we're seeing them not happy all the time.
Mm-hmm.
They're successful and they're enjoying their success at some point, but then we're seeing the backdrop or the back part of their life,
Mm-hmm.
the stuff away from the entertainment, and it don't look too cool,
Nah,
and they
just
don't
look
look
like
too
you got
cool.
money.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? And that comes down to like the golden saying. It's just like, Some people, got so much money, it's just like at the end of the day, all you have is money. That's it. Like, that's it. You not you piss poor morally.
Mm-hmm.
Piss poor morally. All
Yeah.
you have is money.
Yeah. Just bankrupt morally.
You know what I mean? Your whole moral compass is just out of whack.
Mm-hmm.
It goes, the arrow points wherever the dollar goes, or whatever the opportunity is. You on it. There's nothing that grounds you or roots you in principle.
And I often
And
see in people like that who don't have like respect and integrity. Often when I listen to them, they'll say anything, man.
mm-hmm,
They just say anything
mm-hmm,
out there, mouth. Just foolish and dumb.
mm-hmm,
But like
yeah,
they say, man, God watches out for babies and fools too. So
100%. 100%. And all you can do is hope and pray that, a person gets it, or they, even if they have sold themselves off, that they understand their folly and recover from it and make amends with it. You know what I mean? Don't leave here with that. You know what I mean? Um, Everybody could be redeemed. You know what I mean? And through understanding where you went wrong and apologizing and making things better. I don't care. And if a person doesn't accept it, then that's on them. It ain't further, you can't dictate how they accept it, when they accept it, but you made the effort. You came to a place in your life and said, I understand I messed up right here. I need to go rectify that. I need to, admit and acknowledge and move forward on that. And that's like, and I was trying my best to stay away from this in this conversation, but I just feel like interjecting this right now is perfect. Just like the J. Cole and Kendrick,
mm,
situation. You know what I mean? Um, the whole world was against this man for he was scared. He was this, he supposed to did this, he was supposed to did that. Yeah, everybody wanted to see him compete. Who
mm-hmm.
didn't?
Mm-hmm.
Who didn't want to see him compete when you wouldn't want him to see him compete if you didn't think he could compete. You
Right.
wouldn't want to see him compete if you didn't think he was one of them guys, right?
Right.
Or he wasn't uh skilled in that area lyrically in battle tested or whatever. But for him to apologize for something that spiritually didn't sit right with him,
You gotta
I
respect
have
his
nothing
decision.
but respect for that. And to know that by doing that publicly, you're losing a bigger battle than you're losing if you'd have lost to him
Woo.
head on.
Woo. Because we see what's
You,
happening now.
you see what I'm saying?
Mm.
So publicly, you lose an even bigger battle. But it reminds me of what profits a man to gain the world and lose his soul. The man wasn't he wasn't willing to lose his soul for the world. If I go be him, what? I'm gonna be king. I'm gonna be one of the goats. I'm gonna be this. I'm gonna be that. Nah. So when that man said publicly, that was one of the worst things I done. I feel this and I feel that. And here's my chin, bro. Take your best shot. If you want it, I'm just gonna stand here and take it. I said, man, yo, you got to have respect for that, because that's a person that acknowledged that they did some that the world didn't look like it was wrong in terms of you responding back to him, because publicly he said something to you. But he said, take your shot. I'm letting you know I'm a hands behind my back, still off me, and I'm gonna take it and we done after that.
Right. I eat the punch,
It's not
MJ.
gonna be no back and forth with me.
Right. Right.
This don't sit well with me. I
Mm-hmm.
respect that, bro. And what did you see after that? You heard nothing from him. He went and got lost. Cause this shit,
That man went and sat on the beach.
you feel me? It's costing him his peace. It's too much. But then once he went away from it, you see nothing but a shit show.
Woo. It got ugly. It got ugly. It
The
got ugly.
world. Oh, he just dropped. He just dropped. He just dropped. This shit done got messy now.
It got ugly. It got ugly.
I'm gonna be
I
honest with you,
expected
man.
that. I
This
expected that.
what you expected it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. This wasn't even. I guess I'm from another generation. This wasn't even a good battle to me.
Um, it was getting there until one guy
Yeah.
just decided, I've had enough of you. I think that's what it was. I think
Yeah.
one guy, and we all know, I'm speaking on Dot. Dot was like, I've
Yeah.
had enough of you in the entire time that you've been here. I don't even want to go into. We had to talk off air. We had to talk off air
Yeah.
because I don't want to go
Yeah.
into it on here. But
Yeah.
from what I
It got.
understand and know, Dot was like, I've had enough of you, and I have a lot to say about you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So,
But
it
even I think just even gassing it, like, a lot is gassing it because this is what people want to see. These supposed to be the premier guys and this and that. But to be honest, bro, it's just like coming from battle. This just wasn't good to me. It was entertaining for a second. Um, I think the most entertaining part about it is just the spirit of competition. Any sport you is based off competition. So
correct.
you want to see that.
Correct. And that's what
You
we
know,
wanted. Yeah. Yeah.
that's what you want to see, but is the battle actually good? I can't say that. I come from a era where I've seen good battles. I also come from the era where I've seen certain people win because of their popularity when I know they lost. You know, um, so it's just like this. This reminded me, to be honest with you, this battle reminded me of LL Cool J and Kool Moe Dee back in the day.
Mm.
you know?
I'll say this. I'll say this. It it could have got worse than this. And when I'm
100%.
and when I'm saying worse, I don't mean in a physical nature.
Right,
I just
right.
know that a certain guy,
Mhm.
he would have turned up.
Yeah.
He would have turned up.
Yeah, it definitely could have got worse. Even
Mm-hmm.
even now, it just got messy, bro. You got the Rosses jumping in or this and that. Now you got Game shooting some at Ross because Game wants to be a part of something. He ain't
Yeah.
inserted himself.
Yeah.
But I have to say, this is what he does, and what he dropped was a good song. It to me was the best diss song out of everything that's been going on because
That
this
was
is
terrible.
what he do. He said,
That's
"You
what
think it was
he.
terrible?"
I think it was terrible. I think it was the wrong time to do it, but that's usually what he does. He inserts himself at the wrong time, for popularity or whatever it is. He probably got an album coming out soon, but
I
um,
don't even think he got an album. I think just for relevancy purposes
yeah,
anyway. And
I
Drake is his man, and he's trying to step in and defend him in a way, and and listening to the back and forth beef is not entertaining. Like to a real rapper that does this back and forth,
mm-hmm.
that's what I'm even speaking from. Like it wasn't entertaining to me, and I wasn't expecting a Pac a big. I wasn't expecting a nothing like that where somebody died. But I have heard uh Ice Cube and NWA.
Oh yes, sir.
I have heard a G Unit against the game go against G Unit or
Yeah. Oh,
game go against whoever he
that
went
300
against.
bars and running was crazy by game.
You feel me?
Yes,
I've
sir.
heard game go against whoever he went against. I've
Mm-hmm.
heard the Jay-Z and Nas. I've heard these battles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And these none of their battles mounted up to this. I've heard Jada Kiss and Benny Siegel.
Yes. Yes. Nas.
Come on, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
This one that.
No, it wasn't that, but I tell
This
you
is a
what,
bunch of talking about each other.
I mean, every battle is about talking about each other,
But
but
it's talking about each other and exposing secrets type of joints. Like even the Hov and Nas joint, right? Why did people really say Nas won? And not just say he won just because of Ether, right? But what was the problem people had with Hov in that battle?
I like Hove. I was going for Hove, and I think Hove actually won that, but that's just me.
I feel the same way. But no, I feel Ether definitely was Ether, and it was the gut shot, it was the knockout. But
Really?
yeah, Ether definitely was because it was Ether. What Ether did, what Ether did for that battle is what Hit 'Em Up did for Pac. Um,
I didn't feel
It
that.
was what? It was what 50, it was what Wankster did for 50. When you take the route of the dozens in a sense,
Mm-hmm.
or exposing somebody insecurities or making fun of them in a sense, hitting them where it hurts, you win off shock value.
I hear you.
Whereas the other person takes the line of technician, rap tech, lyrical technician, and they come from this angle like takeover. Masterfully done. What's beef? Masterfully done. These great lyrical classic songs.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But the shock value not there. Because I'm speaking on people when if I say there's a difference between me saying that 3 to 5 fucked you up for real though. You know, tattoos around his gun wounds. Uh you see me in the street, your jewelry, you can keep it. That be our little secret. All of this is great lyrical prowess, right? But it's all indirect. It's the difference when somebody say, "That's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker." It's the difference when
Yeah.
somebody say, "Fuck Jay-Z." It's the difference when some bankster job, they coming directly at these people.
Yeah.
It's the difference when somebody say, they open the line is, "God damn, I'm glad y'all said it all." And then tear their ass down one by one.
Yeah.
It's the difference, bro.
Yeah. I just think that Jay won that to me. I mean, just me. He took one song and went at everybody. And, you know,
Was Ether, was Takeover a better song than Ether? 100% put
mm-hmm.
together wise. Did it have the same effect and shock value as Ether? No. And that's why the win is giving to him. And that's what brings me back to my original point. When did people stop liking Jay in that battle? And then when they stop liking them, is when they felt he got disrespectful with Super Ugly.
Yeah, Super Ugly was when he did Super Ugly. I
That's
was
when
like,
they
oh,
stopped, when they felt he got personal. And that's what the Kendrick and Drake shit is right now.
yeah, yeah.
When you start talking about skeeted in your Jeep, left condoms on your baby seats and all that,
Woo,
that was a hard line right
woo.
there. That scarred Nas, but it was very personal.
Very personal.
Honestly, I loved it when the punk said the gloves is off, the love is done.
I was like, yeah, let's get it. Let's
Let's
get
get
it.
into it.
Let's
Because
get
ain't
it.
nobody talking about what all this nigga just said in Ether. Y'all cheering him on.
Yeah, I was just like, okay, camel face. And I'm like, no, 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 no. Go back and listen to what that man is over there saying about you, like real life shit. He talking
Talking
about your
about girls,
girl.
girls, girls, get the big lips and big dick sucking lips and all that.
I was like, fam, I don't care about that. Like, okay, you doing a dozens. That's cool, but
That's
address
exactly what he did.
address what my man just said about your girl.
And I tell people to this day, I say, believe it or not, Super Ugly hurt Nas way more than
Take
Ether
over
hurt
the
Jay-Z.
yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
As much as stuff Nas said, because right now you're just talking about features, facial features, big
Yeah.
lips, and all that. And I'm talking
With
facts,
whiskers
nigga.
like a rat compared to
Right.
beans you whack, and your man stabbed on and made you take the
It,
blame. You
mm-hmm,
know, I was like, okay, that's cool. But what my man
mm-hmm.
said on Super Ugly, like he basically said me and a bunch of other dudes are sharing your
Me
girl.
and the boy AI have more in common.
Yeah, yeah. And then had AI come out and go, yo, 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 keep me out of
Yo,
that. Keep
don't
me
throw me
out of
in
that.
there,
Don't throw
son.
me in that. Don't throw me in that, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm clapping them cheeks, but just keep me out of it.
I
I ain't
want
the
to
only
keep
one.
that low.
Right. I ain't the only one clapping them cheeks.
But that hurt though. And that's what
Oh
I'm
yeah.
saying. Like
Oh
when
yeah.
he said that line, bro, like it hurt when Nas knew where he was going when he told him on Takeover. Let's keep that between me
Between
and
me and
you.
you. Yeah.
He knew where he was going. But he also knew that my guy, You didn't just came out and said my name. Now we've been jabbing each other through the years all this time, but you just sent a direct shot on this one, and you talking about like almost bullying me, talking about let's keep that beat between me. Like you got something on me where it's gonna keep me silent. Nah. Now I got to come back with either because if I don't come back now and you can directly say my name, my
Yeah.
career is over.
And not just that, because that was for the Battle of King of New York. Like for those who didn't know, like
100%.
yeah, Jay-Z was like, I am that guy and this is my shit. You know what I
That
mean?
was his way of establishing it.
Yeah, I've been putting out an album every year continuously.
Mm-hmm.
No one else has done this. No one has represented New York the way I have. Even
Mm-hmm.
while the Eminems are out, the Nellies are out, even while
Mm-hmm.
Outkast is out, and all these guys are going platinum and double trap platinum and quadruple platinum and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I've been the most consistent from New York. So let me go
Mm-hmm.
ahead and put the stamp on this. And you woke up a guy who had been sitting around taking care of his mother, who had died from cancer, who didn't really care about rap music. And when he heard that, he was like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I'll go on a run from here on out.
And he been on one.
We've been on one. And him and Hit Boy have been acting a fool.
I tell people all the time, bro. I say Hit Boy is the best thing that has happened to Nas in a very long time. I would say Hit Boy is the best thing that happened to Nas since Trackmasters.
Yeah, because he been saying some really dope shit in these songs, and it's just like really been on some real cool player shit. But
Mm-hmm.
but the knowledge is still there and the lyricism is still
Mm-hmm.
there. You know,
Mm-hmm. I agree.
that's a good pair up. That's a good pair up.
It is. It is. It was wisdom from an elder spokesman and the youth of a young one. And you
Mm-hmm.
put them together and they got an understanding with each other. It's not a you too young or you too old. It's
Yeah,
like, nah, man, we sitting here just having chopping it up, having a great time with each
yeah,
other. And you develop a friendship within two different generations. You bridge the gap. And they
yeah.
found a way to do that. And that's why Nas albums sound like that.
Yeah, and it's been great. You know, I like it, and I love the fact that Nas bridged the gap with someone from
Mm-hmm.
a different generation. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and the outcome of the beats and the lyricism and the projects have been it has been dope, and I've enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
absolutely.
I agree. I agree. Well, what
Hey,
I see you got your questions lined up. What you got for me next?
no, that was it, man. We could end it right there. That's a hot. That's a
Okay,
hot. Yeah,
okay,
we can end it on
okay.
that note right there. Anything else you need to say?
Man, not really, man. Just really got a few things put into play or whatever. Few endeavors. Looking forward to definitely looking to scale this Everybody Eats up this year. Look to do more work, community work, and things of that nature. Get more involved in this political circle, but not in a way that it gets political, but more so these are the people that's making things happen in the community. So looking more forward to doing that. Continue to scale this space up,
Yes, sir.
and you know that's it, man. Could just continue to, honestly just be very intentional about putting one foot in front of the other on this path to walking into my better version of myself.
Absolutely, sir.
That's
Absolutely.
it right there.
Everybody eats food and supply. Y'all go check that out. If you need to get in touch with that man, he's giving you the email already. Jimmie Wallace
Mhm.
29
Mhm.
at gmail.com. Make sure you send it.
Jimmie with the IE,
Yeah.
not the Y. Every people love to, even if I got IE on my profile picture, that type of comment
No.
and
J
still
I
put
M M I
the
E
Y. Right. They'll still put Y.
WALLACE 29 at gmail.com. Get in touch with that man if you want to help out with everybody eats food and supply.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Everybody eats. Matter of fact, it's everybody eats supply company as a whole.
Okay.
Because eats part, sometimes people think that just has to do with food, and it doesn't. It's the furthest thing from just food. It is food, but just like I said, 2 years ago when we first talked about everybody eats, Everybody has everything to do with the food and nourishment of the mind, body, and soul, not just your stomach. It's your mental more than anything. It's the mental. Mental. Everybody eats just tapping in mentally, doing a mental wellness check. For men, women, kids, everyone. And we want to make sure everybody has the opportunities. That's what eats means, opportunities. Everybody has the nourishments. That's what eats means in terms of you know, putting the proper nourishments in your mind, because those are gonna bear, it's gonna dictate what your thoughts are. And your thoughts dictate what your moves are, what your decisions are in life. You know what I mean? Your decisions dictate what your life look like.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what everybody eats is, just making sure we all eating properly and in a good space in life. And that's that.
Yes, sir. And we're going to keep on forging through the darkness and shedding light. With that
Mhm.
said, ladies and gentlemen, remember the mission statement when you striving for greatness. God never puts you in the driver's seat if it's taken. Jim, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you as always.
Always, brother. Let's do more of this.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, let's do more of this. Just let's do more building
Yes, sir.
this year.
Yes, sir.
All
Will
right.
do. Peace, bro.
Peace.